Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 76.
Yes.
Getting hard. Pretty soon, I can't count high enough, you know?
Oh, okay.
Once you get to the 80s, like I know it goes 80, 81, then after that, 87?
Yep. You got it.
Okay,
You got
cool.
it.
Okay, never mind. We're good for a little while then.
You're there.
Today, joining me, as always, Daniel, never really.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Got a decent show today.
Good amount of news. Some interesting topics. We'll make it interesting. No
yeah, I
Sims
mean it's gonna
today.
be it's gonna be more interesting without Sims, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
I'd
sure.
say-
No one wants to
Can't
hear the
stand
Brits'
that guy.
opinions, honestly.
He has some opinions, you know what I mean?
Ever since Mel Gibson beat him back, they've really had nothing interesting to say.
Yeah, I mean he shares a birthday with The Rock. Like it's gone to his head.
Yeah, completely.
Gone to his head.
The Rock. We should replace Sims with The Rock.
Oh wow.
I've been thinking. Yeah, he can't be that expensive.
Hey Rock,
Oh, you got him on the phone.
you're gonna be on the show next week.
Wow,
Whoa.
big
I got The
episode,
Rock.
guys.
I
Big
got The Rock.
episode. We got The Rock. He's leaving the Fast and Furious franchise for Nerdic Gods.
For us. Yeah.
Thanks,
that's
Rock.
true.
Thanks, Dwayne.
He is leaving.
Buddy.
I saw that article.
Big D. Yeah, why is he? I don't get why he's saying he's leaving. It's like, it's funny because they're saying there's like, oh, we're gonna stop after 10 guys, or like there's gonna be a 10 and a 10
Well,
part 2.
All the splits. They're gonna start doing like
Yeah,
probably a
exactly.
Han series and
And not even that. I don't believe you. There'll be a Fast and Furious 11. Trust me. Like you guys are
well,
gonna.
that'll
fucking
be the
make
part
one.
2. But I just don't.
There'll be a Fast 12.
I'm not even caught up.
Maybe not
but,
with the
like,
same cast or something, but they're gonna do some bullshit where it's like, oh, here's our kids taking over now or something.
They could do that, or
Yeah.
they could just keep doing the spin.
They might rely on the spin-offs for like a decade. You know, I could see that. But at some point, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a Fast and Furious 12. I guarantee it.
Okay. All right.
But now, we'll move on to some video game news.
The news. Yeah.
The news. First up, which one was I starting with? Oh, we're going to go with
Up
this
to
one. Okay. Ubisoft has announced Tom Clancy's XDefiant. It's a 6v6 free-to-play competitive first-person shooter that'll be a beta this August. There will be a beta this August. Excuse me.
Yeah, I forget the exact day the beta comes out.
Yeah.
I think you can like sign up right now or something like that.
Yeah,
You
so
can, like-
Ubisoft announced this game, or they announced they were going to announce this game on like Monday or whatever, and then they
They
showed
showed
it
that-
off. They showed
that-
random gameplay bits that I was very confused by. I thought this was just the Division thing.
Yeah, they showed
Kinda
a like
looked
30-second clip.
I swear they,
or
they had to have taken like assets from the Division for that map or something. I swear to God.
Well, it's speaking of that. Like, if you remember, we knew about this. None of this
Did we?
is new. Yes, because
Oh, okay.
this was earlier this year. There was that big rumor of them taking all of the big franchises and shoving them into a free-to-play shooter. And that's what this is. Do you remember that?
Oh, okay.
You remember when we got like it was the
So
Splinter
this
Cell
does have
faction?
characters from a bunch of Ubisoft franchises?
Exactly. It's
Okay.
the Splinter. So what? There's 4 factions. 2 of them are the Division ones. There's like the good guys and the bad guys.
Mhm.
Then there's the Echelon, which is the Splinter Cell division, and then there is the, what are they called? Like the baddies in the new Ghost Recon. I forget what they're called. They're like
I never
techie.
played it, but yeah.
But those from Breakpoint, those guys are in there as well. So
Are
there's
there
like
like
4
guys from
different
like
factions.
Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed?
No,
No, not
they're
those.
different.
Okay.
They're not Watch Dogs.
Oh, is
They're
it
from
just
Ghost
Tom
Recon.
Clancy franchises?
just Tom
Oh,
Clancy
okay, I got you.
Yeah, and it's a 6v6 hero shooter. Kind of reminded me of Apex meets like Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Is what I was getting.
the shooting doesn't look bad, to be fair. Like I
No.
thought that looked fine and like fun. It's free, right? This game.
It's free to play. yeah.
Okay. I mean, maybe it's something to check out then. I don't.
I mean,
It's hard to hate on shit when it's free, you know.
Definitely. And they said that they are going to have more free to play options. They're going to keep doing their big tentpole releases, but they need more money, is what it sounds like. So,
Sure. And
they're
Ubisoft
gonna-
doesn't really have anything like this, right? Like they don't have a battle royale that I can think of.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Do they?
It's probably dead at this point, and who knows if they're supporting it. Yeah, Hyper Escape.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's,
they're
yeah,
trying to get in
everyone
there.
forgot about it.
Yeah.
They tried this last year with a free-to-play game, so this looks, I think, more generic than that game, especially visually. So
Yeah, from what I saw, it does look very generic.
I just don't think this has.
Is this
legs.
something you'd play at all? No.
Nope. No.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't either.
Like if I'm gonna play a free to play game, I'd rather just go play like Warzone or Apex.
Right.
Like why would I really want to play this?
Yeah. I don't know. They gotta show something enticing with it, right?
What are they gonna bring Sam Fisher into this game too?
That'd be dope. There's a
No, it
stealth
wouldn't.
element.
No,
It's funny,
give him his
from
own
that cover,
game.
I thought there was Sam Fisher on it.
Yes,
There's
when we
someone
were
was wearing
talking,
goggles.
you could probably see in that image the guy on the bottom left. He has like the same 3 goggles, and he has like a sniper. That's just some echelon dude. But then there's the lady on the right that also has the goggles. If you noticed.
Ooh, Mrs.
Yeah.
Fisher.
Mrs. Fit. Who's the other one? Tom
Uh,
Fisher
Yeah, Tom Fisher. Is that the
and Mrs.
is
Fisher.
that the dad?
No, it's his brother.
Oh, does he have a brother? Really?
Yeah, Tom Fisher.
Oh, I don't remember the brother. Was
Yeah.
that the one you played as in co-op?
No,
No.
I
Oh.
I don't know anything about Double Agent at all.
Yeah. All right. Well, we look forward to, or I guess we don't, to Tom
Not really.
Clancy's XDefiant. Did he write that book, by the way? XDefiant?
No,
Is
no,
that not
not
a
at
real
all.
book? Not at all.
No.
No.
This
I'm
is
always
also-
curious. Like did Tom Clancy write Rainbow Six Extraction? Is that a book?
No. See, that's funny because these next 2 games seem very not Tom Clancy. You know, Tom Clancy's supposed to be a more grounded warfare. I mean, there are some futuristic parts that they've tapped into with like future, was it Ghost Recon, future something?
Breakpoint, whatever.
No, the ones on the 360. What were they called?
Oh.
Advanced Warfighter. Those
sure.
ones. Advanced Warfighter, where there's all the tech and stuff. But for the most part, they've been grounded and more realistic. And these games, like, what is this art style? It's like Tom Clancy's Rage 2. What is this?
This was Tom Clancy's vision for XDefiant.
No, he's dead.
I know.
He has no vision
I wonder
Like, it's-
why they keep the name though, Tom Clancy. Like,
because it means a lot.
does it though?
marketing.
Like, do kids these days know? Like, oh yeah, Tom Clancy, I should buy that game. Like, is that what people are
mean,
thinking?
There's been Tom Clancy games, Division, Ghost Recon. They're putting them out. Rainbow Six Siege is huge. So, yeah, I mean, people are seeing the name.
Yeah, I guess. How long are we gonna keep going with this whole Tom Clancy thing? It's just very odd.
No, they just need to bring it back. Where's Vegas? Give me Vegas 3.
See, those I'm fine with, but like this, at this point, it just seems like you're throwing Tom Clancy's name on whatever, you know.
Oh, they definitely are.
Yeah.
They're gonna use that name for sure.
I would love Vegas 3 though. I used to love Vegas 2
Please,
back in the day.
dude. Vegas 2's the best.
Yeah.
I love Vegas 2.
All right. Next up, Sumo Digital, right?
Sumo, yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't put digital. Sorry, Sumo Digital.
Sumo Digital has been bought by the Chinese gaming. What's that word?
It's a conglomerate.
Conglomerate. Big word, Danny. Throw me off here. By the Chinese gaming conglomerate Tencent for $1.27 billion.
Yeah,
It's a lot
there
of
was
money.
like the one number that they showed was like in euros. I did find this is like the number for
Oh,
dollar.
okay. Oh, so that's like the actual dollar amount, which is
This is the
fucking
dollar
huge,
amount, yeah.
right?
Sumo is way bigger than people think they are. They own a lot of different studios as well.
They publish a lot, right?
They publish a lot.
So this isn't just the developer that made like that
No.
Sackboy game that
This
just
is
came
like-
out, and
Yeah, this is like them EA buying Codemasters.
but doesn't
where they
Codemasters
are-
just make the racing game?
No, but they publish a lot. They
Oh,
own a
do
lot
they?
of studios.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very similar.
More along the
um,
lines of that. Yeah, I know. A lot of people seem to be worried about Tencent buying stuff. I just don't. I don't know too much about the company itself, so I can't really speak
Well,
on
that's
that.
I think a big issue about it too. We don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
It-
Like, we don't really know their intentions in gaming, so it's kind of hard to speculate like what they might or might not do with these guys.
I mean, they have their hands in way too many pies,
Yeah.
and I don't really like that. Like they own big portions of like every major company. It seems like, or most of them.
Yeah.
Like it's very weird. I mean, Sumo was a company I just assumed that PlayStation was going to buy. That was something that I was like, oh yeah, they'd fit PlayStation. Why not? But,
Yeah.
they've done so much with PlayStation, but they've done a lot with everyone, to be honest.
It's such a
Um,
weird. Like, I get they publish stuff too, but it's just these guys aren't like super well regarded. Sumo Digital, like their games aren't. Like I know
the
people like
last
the Sackboy
game-
game, but
Yeah, I think the last 2 games they did was the Sackboy game and then Crackdown 3, but I could be wrong.
Snake Pass might have came out somewhere between that.
They published that game.
They made that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What else? The Sonic racing game, Team Sonic Racing or whatever.
Oh yeah, the
They
new
made
one.
that. Yeah. So I don't know when those come out, but they did make Crackdown 3 as well. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know. It's an interesting purchase.
it is. I think it's a good pickup for them. There's a lot of studios, a lot of good developers there. So I think it is a good pickup. It is a lot of money. Just I think the Tencent thing is who knows.
Just another one bites the dust, right? With this, like all these studios lately just getting bought up. It's
Yeah,
something to keep an eye on for sure.
everything is consolidating
Yeah.
right now.
It's
There's
just
only
kinda
going to be a
crazy. I
few
don't.
big companies.
Yeah, who knows how good of a thing that is or how bad that might end up being for us, but we will see.
I
Has
mean, there's always
Tencent,
going to be
like,
new indies.
since they started getting into gaming more and more, have they like put out a game? I know they're not like putting out games, but like is like any of the companies they bought recently put out a game?
Yeah, Riot with Valorant.
Oh yeah, good point, right?
I mean, you have to think of how much they own. It's too much. Like they own parts in Bungie. They own parts
Yeah, I
in
remember the Bungie
Epic. They own parts in Activision.
I just
Now-
wonder like what the end goal is here for them. Like,
We
is
don't
it to
know.
put out
That's-
games? Do they want to make great games? Is that their idea here? Or are they just in it for the money? Like it's just
It seems like it just for the
Yeah.
money. I mean, why would they really buy Riot and not do much with it? Like, just letting Riot do their own thing, but they're
yeah,
just trying to
Riot
get
just seem
money.
to keep going. I mean, to be fair, Riot does have like a shit ton of other projects in development. Who knows where any
They
of
do.
those
They
are,
put out
but
2 recently.
have
That's
they
about it.
already? Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
card
know they're
game.
making like the fighting game. The card game's out.
Yeah, the card game and then Valorant are the 2.
Yeah.
But they're all like everything's going to be in the League of Legends universe.
Yeah. It's a
Which
weird
is funny.
choice too.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah.
just something to
Interesting.
keep your eye out. Keep your eye on Tencent.
For sure.
I think a company that we should maybe be scared of, but we'll see.
We will see. Next up, the June 2021 video game MPD numbers have been
Ooh.
released. Love me some MPD numbers.
Yes, and we'll talk about it. But do you have the console MPDs there as well? We usually don't talk about it.
I can see if it's on here. Normally they put that on a separate page.
Okay.
If you won't pull that up, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to mention that
Didn't
and then for
Xbox
the-
sell the most dollar sales?
yeah,
in-
so the Switch was like number 1 in units total, and then Xbox had the most in terms of dollar amounts for the month of June, which is
yeah,
a very big deal. Like Sony is still selling a lot. Like I still think they're ahead with PlayStation 5 over PlayStation 4. I think it's still outpacing it, but it is slowing compared to the other two. Seems like I don't know what the month of June did, if it was E3, their E3 showing, if that really helped them, but Xbox really had a great June, and the Switch just keeps going.
yeah. Sorry, I was looking it up. Yeah, they had the most in dollar sales, and they had a big surge in units.
What do you think about that?
Good. I mean, it's great for Xbox, right? I think. I wonder how much E3 helped with just the boost of, hey, here's all these games coming, and supporting Game
Bethesda.
Pass so much. Yeah, and then wasn't there something big announced for Game Pass too?
I mean, Back for Blood.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to look. I wonder how much this Bethesda thing is really going to flip the script, just the momentum for their sales.
Yeah, me too. Especially when they start coming out. Like I think.
Yeah.
Especially around then. Once we're at like the end of like next year, even.
No, I think in the summer when it hits like Redfall's coming out, the Arcane game.
I
Like
just don't
Redfall's
think
gonna come out.
the
and then it's
catalog's
gonna-
necessarily there yet. Once like Starfield hits and it's like,
Well, I was
you
gonna
can
say,
get your Series
Redfall-
X and you can get Redfall, Starfield, Halo, Forza, whatever the hell else is out or coming out next year. And once it's at that point, you can say you have all these games there. I think then these other consoles really get a look at Xbox.
Mhm. I mean, Redfall's gonna build right into the fall, so that's why I think it'll probably start with like, oh look, Redfall's here. But guess what? In 6 months or 5 months, Starfield will be here, and then once Starfield hits, I think the month of June, or not June, what did I say? June. Month of November is going to be huge next year.
Definitely.
For
I
Xbox.
agree. Okay, we will get into the games now.
Yeah.
We will start with 20. Number
Number
20,
20.
Sea of Thieves. Here you go.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah, all the way
It
up.
was that
It was number
Pirates.
36 the last month. Yeah, that Pirates DLC came out, right?
Yeah. So I
Okay.
think most people are buying it for that.
Got a big bump for that. That's good. Which is weird. You'd think that people would just play that. See, I'm always curious when Microsoft games pop up here now because it's like, okay, why don't you just play that on Game Pass?
Well, yeah, but not everybody's going to use it on PC. This game is getting big on PC. That's the thing. On Steam,
Oh,
a
is it
lot.
now?
This game is a top seller on Steam. Yeah.
Cool. And then 19, Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Wow.
18, Breath of the Wild. 17,
Yep.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2.
Nice. Look
Love
at
to
that.
see it. Love to see it.
Was that because of a Switch release?
Yeah, probably. I think that came out last month. It was
Yeah,
number
it was-
51 the month before, so something happened.
Yeah. Maybe a sale.
Number 16, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which was number 2 last month, but there was something wrong with our MPDs last month. I don't know. I was just looking at the wrong page or something. No one listed it as number 2. Very odd. But yeah, jumped all the way down to 16 now.
Yeah, I think that game is just people are going to want it immediately and then stop. I think everybody that wants that game bought it when it came out.
Yeah, I agree. Where were we? Number 15, Super Mario 3D World. Still selling strong.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the higher sellers of the year.
It
That's
was
like
for a while.
Number 3 for the year overall. So, number 14, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. 13, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
How much Nintendo? It's insane.
All of them. 12, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Still, like that game is so
Still.
old.
People love that one. 11, Animal Crossing's New Horizons. 10, Mortal Kombat 11. Still going strong.
Nice. Mhm.
Riding that movie high.
I mean,
number
that game's
9,
still 2 years old.
Yeah. Weren't they just talking about the next Mortal Kombat recently?
No,
something?
they
Maybe it
were
was
talking about they
Injustice.
ended the development for like this one, so no more
okay,
DLC.
so they're not doing anything else with
They're
it.
gonna move on to the next project, whatever that is.
Cool. Hopefully Injustice.
Maybe a Marvel fighter. Ed Boon was hinting at something.
That would be
Marvel.
cool. I'll love
Yeah.
that. Do the Marvel versus DC thing.
Oh, dude,
Number 9, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
nice.
Number 8, Minecraft.
Of
7, Mario Kart 8, of course. It's also number
Yeah.
7 the month before. Just can't leave.
Stop buying it so you can get a 9.
Never. Number 6, Resident Evil Village. Was number 1
Nice.
last month, so jumped down to 6. Not bad. I think Resident Evil Village is the highest seller of the year thus far. Or no,
Is
it's
it?
number 2. It's number 2.
Okay, yeah. I think the last number was like 3.5 million already, in like 2 months,
Yeah,
which is awesome.
selling very well. Number 5, Scarlet Nexus.
Whoa, look at that game.
Yeah, a game I'm surprised none of us got on this show.
Yeah, it's. I've thought about it, but who knows? Maybe by the end of the year. I don't know.
Number 4, MLB The Show 21.
Wow. Yeah, that's it for it being on both consoles now. Like, the game's just gonna be
Is it on
a
PC
huge
too?
seller. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I wonder if it is. Number 3, Mario Kart. Or no, Mario Golf Super Rush. No more
Wow.
Kart. Yeah, Mario back in here. Got 2 Marios up in here. 3
Mhm.
actually. Yeah, good for that game. This is without digital sales as well, so it's probably it might be number 1.
Slightly higher.
Yeah, but who knows? It's selling well though. Those sports games, I'll tell you. I don't understand why Nintendo doesn't put out a Mario sports game like once a year. Just make that like a yearly thing.
Yeah, just rotate them.
Yeah,
They should.
they definitely should. Number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Yeah.
Still going.
Yeah.
That's the highest seller of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
And then number 1, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Nice.
There you
Get
go.
Ratchet and
So,
Clank.
number 1. Kind of surprising that it's number 1. With the limited
Yeah,
number of
don't they-
PS5s out there.
Don't they do dollar sales too? Not by like units, isn't it by dollar sales? MPD.
Good question.
Because if it's by dollar sales, it makes more sense because it's
PD
$10
tracks
more.
Physical sales and retails, but also same for Nintendo's and streamers sales. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question actually.
I thought
never
I thought
actually
that's how
looked that
MPD
up.
does.
They might.
But if that is the case, then it makes perfect sense because it is $10 more than every other game.
Yeah, it also set a series high record for
Yeah,
the series overall, which is good.
it is
Good news.
yeah, it's going to be the best selling of the franchise for sure.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, a little surprising it's number one to me, just because with the limited number of PS5s out there. I didn't think, like, how much
I
could
mean,
it have
it's
sold if there's 8 million PS5s out there or whatever? Like,
I mean, it's limited, but like we keep saying, like it's still outselling PS4 right now.
sure.
Like it's really not that as limited, I think, as people think it is.
It's just crazy because this must have sold like what, 2 million-ish copies, right?
Probably.
And that means
Probably.
almost a third.
Maybe
of the
a
people that
million.
own PS5s bought it.
I'd say safe 1 million probably.
Sure, but
So even that is just
even
an
that is
eighth.
like a crazy attachment.
Yeah, it's an eighth of all PS4s or
Yeah.
PS5s. That's a lot. That's a lot.
But yeah, great for that game. See
Yeah.
where it sticks next month. I'd imagine it's got to drop quite a bit.
Yeah.
You would
Well,
think all the people
we're gonna
that have
start.
PS5s would just be like, oh, okay, I'm buying that.
There's
right
not
away.
a lot of big releases this month, but you got Skyward Sword's probably going to be up there. But I think when you start getting into August and on, I'd like to see where we're going.
Yeah, be curious. Okay, cool. Anything else you want to say on MPDs?
No, it didn't surprise me at all. Really, those top games.
Yeah, not too surprising. A little bit with the Ratchet. I could have seen that at like 2 or 3, but
Yeah,
also golf maybe could have been a little bit higher. I don't know. I suppose
I know.
I'm
I'm probably surprised that it was up there. Like it just didn't get. It shows you that reviews really don't mean anything.
Oh, especially for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, Riders Republic has been delayed to October 28th. Riders Republic is, of course, Ubisoft's giant extreme sports thingy mabobber.
Multiplayer thing.
You know, what's ever going on there. It's every
Yeah.
game all in one.
Mhm.
A little bit disappointing. I liked the release date it was at, that early September. It was kind of like right before everything else starts coming out.
Now this is in the middle of the pack. Which
Yeah, now it's
might
in-
not be good for the game.
No, definitely not. Especially for someone like
probably
me
not.
that plans on playing a bunch of shit at that time. It's
I'd probably recommend. They're not gonna listen to me. I'd recommend them like delaying it to like December at this point.
I would do January. Like January. Oh, January's fucking packed now.
Yeah, I'd say release it in December.
Yeah.
Like, that's early December.
Yeah, and then we'll just tie in the other one. Rainbow Six Extraction has also been delayed to January 2022.
Yeah, so that's why.
So maybe that's why I can't.
That's
go in
also
January.
why, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Rainbow
like,
Six,
it's so
I would
weird.
guess Rainbow Six could come out whenever.
it can because it doesn't seem. I don't know. I'm very mixed on this game because it seems kind of cool, but also it seems just like an expansion of Siege.
Yeah.
It's like
Like
I
a
don't need
zombie
that.
expansion.
Give me a new Rainbow Six, even though this doesn't feel like it at all.
Yeah.
I want a new one.
I feel like the Rainbow Six fans are just gonna buy it no matter what. You know, especially all these people that love Siege now. I think they're just gonna hop on that even without knowing even that it's like a zombie game now or whatever. And
Do we
then-
know if this is a full 60?
I don't know. I think it is.
It probably is.
Yeah.
If they charge like $40 for this game, I think it would sell pretty well.
Yeah. Even now, I just think Siege gained that franchise so much popularity. I think kids are just gonna go out and buy it just for because it's a new Rainbow Six game without even knowing what it is.
Siege is huge.
Yeah, for sure. And then with Riders Republic, yeah, it is a terrible spot for it now. You're gonna be right in the middle of.
You're
COD.
competing with Battlefield, Call of
Yeah,
Duty. Like
Battlefield,
we're getting a new
Halo's
Battlefield
coming out right then.
first time in a couple years.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, Halo. Those three games right there are going to dominate those 3 months.
Yeah, you're in the thick of it now in the fall, and it's so hard to launch a new IP right then.
And it's a new IP. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like Steep 2 or something.
Yeah, exactly. No built-in audience there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. I'm still excited for that game, but I
it
probably
looks
won't
cool.
be playing it when it comes out.
It depends. Yeah, it depends.
October 28th. I think that's the same day as Guardians.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or it's the end of October as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So either way, and then Halo's probably the week after that or whatever.
Yeah, Halo's definitely, I'd say early November is what
Yeah.
I would say.
So yeah, we'll see. Next up,
Yeah, more delays,
Neil Blomkamp. I can never pronounce
Blomkamp.
this guy. Blomkamp.
Mm-hmm.
Blomkamp. Great last name. He is joining Guerrilla Games as a chief visionary officer to work on a new multiplayer game. The studio was founded last year and is comprised of devs from all around the industry like Ubisoft, EA, Crytek, and more. Can't read today.
That's all right.
Yeah, Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah.
Great director.
So
I love his movies.
awesome director. If people haven't checked out, I want to give a shout out to his YouTube channel. They're called Oats Studios. They do a bunch of like he did like 3 or 4 like short films.
Is that
He
where
also
his
does,
short
like,
films go? Because I know he's made a bunch of short films recently. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
under the Oats like banner. He calls them like Oats Studios. I'd say go check them
When
out.
was his
They're
last
awesome.
movie? Was it Chappie?
Chappie was his last movie.
Chappie was that was what,
So-
2017, 2018?
I didn't see Chappie, so I'm not too sure.
Chappie
I think
was okay.
probably 2016. I would. It's been a while.
I like Elysium with Matt Damon.
Elysium was cool.
Elysium
Like it
was
wasn't
dope.
my favorite.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did District 9, dude.
Yeah, his best
You get a
movie, of
free
course,
pass.
District 9. Love that
Free
movie.
pass.
Yeah, yeah. They're making a District 10.
Yes, there was talks around this, and then District 10 as well.
Yeah. And with that.
So it seems chief visionary officer. That's just so he is like building the worlds that they can play in. Is that what he's doing?
It sounds like he's making the lore for a world type of thing. Like, I don't know, think like Overwatch and their lore or whatever.
Like Martin, like George Martin.
Yeah, like George Martin's doing for Elden Ring. So I guess it'll be something along those lines.
You know what? To be honest, that's probably a good way to get these big time guys into the gaming world. Let them do what they do best, which is make
Just let them
cool
make a
worlds,
world. Yeah.
and then have the awesome developers just
I would
play
love to
in
see
that.
one of these guys like direct a game though.
It's just different. It's a different medium.
I know it's an
completely
entirely
skill
different
set.
thing, but you know, if you could somehow carry that over into video games, that could be really cool.
You probably need to start from games and move on.
Yeah.
But like starting from not an interactive medium into an interactive medium is very different.
I know I saw Corey Barlog chime in on this, saying we should do more crossover. Let me make a movie. That's what he said. It's
Exactly.
like,
But we're looking.
maybe you should.
The big case, I think, is going to be for the Last of Us series with Neil.
Sure, yeah.
If Neil-
Neil's a
'cause it's-
huge part of that series.
Yeah, it's not just him. There is another Craig Mazin.
Yeah.
But if Neil could just nail it and kind of still change a little bit of what that formula is, then we can get any of our big time directors to do that.
Yeah, it could be huge. I love like Kojima. Like Kojima,
Kojima,
would be
dude.
all over that. Right?
Kojima.
I'm shocked he hasn't made a movie yet.
He's a movie guy.
I know.
Let him
I'm,
make
I'm
let him
surprised
make
he's never gotten a chance to make one.
some sort of animated movie. That's what I would want to see.
Yeah, something like that.
Or
That'd be
Ken Levine.
cool. Ken Levine would be awesome. Ken
Yeah.
Levine's apparently dead now though, so who knows?
He's not dead. He's just he's not talking about his game. We'll hear about it probably next year.
Yeah. With
Neil
Neil though,
Blomkamp's
I
cool.
guess you know, something in the sci-fi realm would be it.
It's probably gonna be aliens and like crazy.
He certainly
tech.
knows how to make cool worlds, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Crazy looking tech is what I'm gonna say. is what
Yeah,
this
for
game's gonna
sure.
have. I just hope that this is not only. The way it sounds is it's only a multiplayer game. I hope it's
Yeah.
not just another XDefiant free to play. I hope that's not what this game is.
Even if we could get one of these guys just to write it, you know, like write the full game, that'd be really cool too.
Yeah.
All right, we look forward to Neil Blomkamp and his next thing.
Probably hear something in the next year or so. What this game is.
Does he got another movie coming out anytime soon, or is this District 10 the next thing? that
I mean,
working
he's
on?
been doing a lot with his like Oats Studios thing. Then
Still just
if
making
you
short
remember,
films.
2 years ago he did the Anthem live action little short, which was
Oh,
awesome.
he did do that. I forgot all
Yeah.
about that. That was really cool. That was the best part of Anthem.
Best part of Anthem right there.
Eh.
It was like the
Not
the
even
week
the game.
before. I don't know what else he's done. He might just be doing District 10 at this point.
Yeah,
Because if you remember,
I saw one of the short films.
there's some good. I would suggest Raqqa. Raqqa was really good.
Maybe that was the one. It was like 30 minutes.
Sigourney
I remember
Weaver.
it was like very short. It was like 27 minutes or something odd.
Yeah, Raqqa has Sigourney Weaver. That's really good.
Okay, I did not see that one. I gotta
If
watch
you
this.
remember, he was working on a Halo project. Long
Yeah,
time
I
ago.
do. The TV show, right? Or was it the movie?
I think it was a movie.
I remember
Uh,
the Peter Jackson movie, the Halo one. You remember that? They like shot.
No.
They like slightly shot that, or like a scene for that. Maybe it was
Huh.
just supposed to be like an idea of what it would be, but they had like really cool suits for it.
Yeah,
But,
there's been a bunch of. There was the Steven Spielberg one.
Isn't that the one still going?
I think I don't think so. Unless he has something to do with that Showtime show. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
He might have something to do with Showtime show. But yeah, Neil Blomkamp was supposed to be doing a Halo movie. He like got it slightly off the ground, but it didn't go anywhere.
That would have been cool.
It would have been sick.
I guess the Steven Spielberg one's cool, although we don't know if that is the Showtime one.
Yeah, I'd have to look that up. I'm not sure if he has actually much to do with it.
The Halo show, man. It's been rumored for so long. Just
I know.
It's like, they did the one thing with the Luke Cage guy.
Nightfall. That was also
Nightfall.
a TV show.
That it. Yeah, that was okay.
Locke.
I remember
Jameson
watching
Locke.
that. Yeah, in the lead up to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hate. You know what? I don't hate Locke like everyone does. I don't love him. They definitely made him into the protagonist of 5, but I don't hate Locke. He's
no,
fine.
I never hated him. Yeah, exactly. He was just he was forgettable. I'll say that.
I liked his little squad.
There was nothing about him where I was like, "Oh, this guy sucks." Like he should never be in another Halo game.
Oh,
like,
people hate Locke for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why.
People are always gonna hate any character when you put him alongside Chief and you got to play as him now.
Oh yeah, and especially they're trying to vilify Chief. You don't do that.
That was
Chief's
so
always the
cool
hero.
though in the lead up to Halo 5. I remember there was these like audio logs they put out on or it was just pretty much just a podcast on the phone, but it was like an investigator like looking into like a bunch of shit around Chief.
Yeah, there was that whole marketing of like, oh, is Chief like is he a traitor? Did he betray the UNSC? Is he like
the game ended up being nothing about that?
Yeah, Locke's gotta like hunt him down. What's the truth? We gotta find the truth.
What's the truth, Chief?
It was never that.
No, he never got the truth.
Do you remember when he wore like a little
wore
hoodie?
The cape. Yeah.
In the desert?
He had the journey scarf on.
Yeah, the journey scarf. Why was he wearing that? He has a suit.
He was cold.
Oh. He was cold in the desert?
In the desert, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right.
He's gotta, he didn't want to get sunburned, sometimes the sun gets in through the suit.
He's wearing armor.
I know. Hurts his arm.
So it was only for the reveal of that being Chief. That is the only reason why he's wearing it.
You gotta wear that scarf.
It should have just like the wind should have just took it and it was like stuck onto him.
Wasn't that part like not even in the game? Like I don't even remember going to a desert and like a giant.
No, the
owl
trailer was
flies
like
out.
him walking with it, and then like a guardian like comes out of the
giant
ground, and then no, they're like robotic manatees or
owls.
Stingrays or whatever.
Owls.
And he like took the thing off. It's Chief.
You couldn't believe it was Chief,
Yeah, no way.
All right, cool. And that is it for the news.
Yeah.
Unless did anything happen at this EA thing?
We'll talk about it next week. That's
about next week.
Yeah, there is an EA play happening right now. Their E3 time. I think Summer Games it's going to be under that banner. I think this might be the last thing under the Summer Games banner for the year, but yeah, we'll see.
It? Oh, well,
I think
we
so.
got
he wanted to shorten it. He wanted to like shorten it. So
I
it's
thought
not
he was
just
still
all of
doing
summer.
the opening night live thing though.
He is.
August. So
but I don't think that's a part of the Summer Games anymore.
Is that the fall games now?
Yeah.
Is that the fall kickoff?
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Month of September of games kickoff.
Yeah. The year of games. That's what we're gonna call it.
Keeley just gonna do a big event every month now.
Yeah.
All right. We will now get into what we've been playing. Daniel, what have you been playing?
Yeah. So I've been playing The Legend of Zelda: Death's Door.
Is that what we're gonna call it?
Yeah. No. But it basically is a Zelda.
You faked me
game.
out for a second. I was like, he's playing the Zelda game? I was
Skyward
like, wait,
Sword?
that's not what it's called.
Yeah, so I'm playing Death's Door. Came out on Tuesday. I played a good amount of it. I don't know how long the actual like game is. I think it's supposed to be like 10 hours.
This game getting reviewed really well.
Yeah, I think it was like at a 85 or something.
It's at 88 on OpenCritic right now.
Oh, wow. So yeah, like I think I'm pretty far into the game. I've beaten 2 of like it shows 3 bosses, but there might be like a final boss at the end of the game. I beat the first 2, and I'm like about to fight the 3rd boss. So I'm at the back part of the game right now.
Oh, really? You're that far already?
Yeah, I
Who
played
made
2
this?
good. So it's like Acid something.
Have they made anything significant?
They did Titan Souls.
Oh, okay.
Which was that like top-down pixel
sure
boss
this
fighting
looked
game.
exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so It's they said it's mostly two guys developing the game, but they had like a couple other people help with art and other stuff. So it's less than like 10 people have made this game, which is unreal.
Crazy.
Yeah, so the game is it is a Zelda game. That was my joke. There's a lot of puzzles, but it's not super thinky. A lot of it's just like, oh, I know what I need to do. I just have to do it, really.
Sure.
So like
Is it like environmental puzzles or like what do you
yeah,
do?
yeah. So you need to like climb up a thing, hit a button. Oh, this next to hit. So I need to. How do I hit this button next? There's like these door. I'll give you an example. There's a door that you need to hit 4 pink buttons, and you have to hit them like in a sequence. And one of them is there's like a spinny laser thing. I'll give you one for example. And the floor, if you run on the floor, all the things fall out except for like the one where the button is. And then the pink laser thing's gonna spin as soon as you hit that first button, and then you have to hit them all in a sequence.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of have to like run around the thing as fast as you can, trying to hit them all before the 4 falls. The 4 falls out. I couldn't say it.
A lot of F's there.
Yeah, before the 4 falls out, and then you can open the door. Yeah, it's just little puzzles like that. There are little environmental things you just need to do. There's a lot of combat, so it's very Zelda top down.
Yeah, I saw a couple of the boss fights, or maybe just one of them.
So there's mini bosses and then there's main bosses. I'm not sure if you saw a main boss.
I think I saw the one at the end of the tutorial. I forget what I was watching. Maybe a giant bomb or something. But
yeah. So
yeah.
there's like the intro. There's the intro boss. I guess technically I fought 4 bosses.
The like
so
giant
far.
spider thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like this giant like squiddish thing with like long arms. That's like technically the tutorial. And then you see like a mini boss in like the next area. I guess maybe it's a regular boss. And then I fought the 2 main bosses already. One you probably saw in the trailer is like the grandma. I don't know if you remember seeing that one.
Did not see a grandma. You fight a grandma?
She's on the cover. Yeah, you fight a grandma.
Oh god.
It's
like an evil
she's
grandma?
like, yeah, she's like obsessed with yearns. There's just yearns everywhere.
Sure. Most grandmas are.
Yeah, she's called like the witch yearn or something like that, or the yearn of I don't know, something like that.
It's like that movie where like it wasn't their grandparents, you know, the kids went to visit them.
Yeah, the visit.
Yeah, that's it.
I never saw that movie.
It's pretty good actually.
So so you meet her grandson. His name is Pothead, and he's such a charming little character. He got his head turned into a pot of soup.
By a witch?
By his grandma. That's the witch is his grandma.
Oh, the grandma. Okay.
So he was like, she wanted to like, I guess this is a little bit of a spoiler, not too much, but who really cares? So she wanted to like keep him alive forever. So she was like experimenting, and then she turned his head into a pot of soup.
I mean, not the worst way to go about it.
Yeah. So her whole thing was like escaping death and trying to live forever. So she turned in a bunch. So a lot of like her area is really interesting.
Like spills out when you die.
It does. He opens his lid and then he like bows and then some soup falls out.
What if all?
He was asking me to eat out of his head. Yeah.
Did you do it?
No, you can't. You can't.
You can't.
No.
Okay. I wonder what color was the soup.
I don't remember.
I would like to know what kind of soup it is. Is my point here.
I don't know. Yeah, it's brain soup, I guess.
Brain soup. Okay.
So her world is really interesting because you walk in, you're like going into her mansion basically. I really love the setup of her area. It's like this mansion with different corridors you go down to like do the puzzles, the like, mini dungeon parts. And as you're walking around the different rooms, you just hear all these little voices of like, I'm assuming it's the yearns that are around the world, are just that she's just turned people into these yearns, and you like break them and stuff. And I'm assuming all these voices you just hear. Yeah, you just hear little voices everywhere.
Really?
Well, technically, you play as a reaper.
Okay.
So like you are a killer. You go to reap people into the. You're bringing people into the next.
Sure. You're freeing these people that have been turned into yearns.
Pretty much, yeah. They're being suffered. Yeah, Yeah, the combat I think is definitely the best part of the game. I don't like fighting a bunch of enemies generally. Like it's fun. I like fighting the bosses and the mini bosses a little more. I just think it's funner to figure out what the boss's mechanics are and stuff. I feel like fighting just a lot of little enemies, just not
The
as
ones you
fun.
fight just like along the way to the next boss.
Yeah,
Okay.
or in between the dungeons and stuff. You get a bunch of different weapons. So you have like weapons, and then you have like secondary like magic weapons. So main weapons, I still have like one other weapon I haven't found. But there's like a standard sword, which you've probably seen in the trailer. It's like a red sword.
Yeah.
Then you get like these two little daggers that are like quicker. Don't have a lot of range, but you combo a lot. I found an umbrella that's like supposed to be a joke weapon, basically. It does like half damage. And there's like an achievement for like beating the game with it.
Really? That's cool.
Only using the
See,
umbrella.
I like little stuff like that.
Yeah. Then I found this like electric Thor look like hammer. And when you hit people, it's slower and it does more damage and has more range than the sword. And it also has like these little electric things. So if you hit one and there's another enemy, it'll like shock them a little bit. So I've been using that hammer for a while.
Does it kind of like link the shocks together type thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It's the only weapon that I've noticed that has anything like that. So it seems a little OP.
Electricity weapons in every game do that.
Yeah.
They just
I
have to.
love the chain damage. Love it. Love it.
Always.
And then the other weapon, I know where it is. I just couldn't get to it yet. It's like this, like a great sword, two-handed sword. I'm assuming it's even slower and even longer range. Yeah. It's probably because like there's like
can you
combos.
like switch between these at will?
Yeah, you hit the start and you go to your like weapon menu.
Cool.
And then you just select them from there. You can switch in just with the D-pad your secondary weapon. So your first one you get is a bow. I recommend the bow in combat. It's just super fast shooting. You can use it for puzzles as well. Then the other three are used for like puzzles. So as you go on throughout the game, you'll get the other ones, kind of like a Zelda game, because there is a hook shot, which is the last one I just got.
Oh, okay. Helps you
There's like
probably.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
You'll see these little like hook shot things. You just hook and it'll pull you right to it.
Is there any platforming in this game?
There's elevation.
Sure.
There has been more platforming with the hook shot so far, if that makes sense. Not necessarily like I'm trying to actively platform.
But just like some random fun stuff.
Yeah, like a lot of the puzzles deal with elevation and stuff.
Okay.
But not active platforming. No, it's more about the combat and then the puzzles.
Sure.
The art style is amazing. Yeah, this game is so
beautiful.
Visually stunning.
It kind of reminded me of what was that one game? Octopath Traveler, a little bit. Not like so much of that, but a little pulled back.
It's not
from
as
the
pixelized.
Pixel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not as pixelized, but the lighting in this game is amazing, especially on these next gen consoles. Like when you have the red sword on your back, there's this like little glow on it, and it's just beautiful. Some areas have like ray tracing, like you could see the reflections on the floor and stuff. Like this game is just this game's just beautiful. And the one thing I haven't heard a ton of talk about is the music. The music is awesome.
Is it?
The soundtrack is so good. I could just see myself listening to the soundtrack. I forget what area it was. I think it was in the grandma section. Yeah, I think it was. Oh, it was in this like the basement of the grandma's mansion. There's like a song for that area in the beginning of it. I love that song. It's probably my favorite song of the year so far.
Really?
To be honest, yeah, really good.
They're like vocals to it or just music?
It's all ambient music.
Sure.
It's very like new age Zelda music. It would be the best way to describe it.
Cool. So what? Were you right at the end of this?
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll try to beat it tonight.
How long was it?
I think I'm sitting at 8 hours right now.
Cool.
About. So
this was on Game Pass, right?
No.
This was the one that wasn't. I know there was one game that came out on Game Pass, but
Chris Tales.
That's it. Yeah.
Still, I want to look up some reviews for that one before I play it, but Yeah, this game they did a deal with Xbox, so it's right. Who knows if it's going to come to anything else, but it's console exclusive on Xbox right now, and then also PC.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's I think $16. I don't know how long that sale's going to be for it.
Oh, that's not bad at all then.
No, it's only $20 normally, and they're selling it for 16.
Oh, did
right
they
now.
do like the mark 20% off?
Yeah,
First
exactly.
week of release.
And it's been that way
Cool.
for it's been that way for like a month now though, since it was on the store. So I'd say pick it up for 15, $16.
Yeah, because what, it'll go back up to 20 once that sale's over.
Yeah, even
Okay.
20. Spend 20 on
I
it.
mean, yeah, it's only $4 more. Who really cares?
Yeah.
But
It is one of the best games this year.
cool. You been playing anything else?
Nothing really.
No.
What about you?
I have just been going through a shit ton of games.
Oh,
not
I'm
like
excited
beating
to
them,
hear
but
it.
like I'm trying to just like find one that hooks. So
Yeah.
where do I start? Well, let's start with Skyward Sword. I bought that.
Okay. Okay.
It's like, okay, new Zelda game coming out. I know it's not the most well regarded, but I will try it.
I don't know. People really like that story.
Yeah, there is more of a story in this than I've experienced in any other Zelda game. That's for sure. I wouldn't necessarily call it good though. It seems fine. I don't know. It's very like folk tale type thing. Like here's the princess, here's Zelda.
It's like technically the beginning of the timeline or something, right?
Yeah, something like that. So I guess there just has to be a little bit more story there, but I don't know. It's not like a deep story from what I can tell thus far. I'm only like a couple hours in, so maybe I'm just missing something. But yeah, there's definitely a lot more dialogue than I've seen, especially in like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild just has once you get out of that tutorial, you're gone.
Yeah. But yeah, this game immediately controls like shit. Just
So,
horrible.
are you playing the motion side or the other side?
So I've tried both. We'll start with the Pro controller because that's one I wanted to play with.
Me
So
too.
you get that, and then you have to control the camera with LB. So you have to constantly hold LB to move the camera with the other stick. And then, but that's because you control the combat with the stick.
Right.
Yeah. So you
The
have to.
swiping.
That's how it knows, like, oh, you're controlling the camera now because you're holding LB, and that just gets super fucking annoying just holding LB when you're just trying to.
Do you
walk
have to
somewhere.
move the camera though?
Yeah, kinda. I mean, I
Do
don't
you?
know. Yeah, just like imagine you walk in a room and it's stuck behind the back, but you're trying to look right or whatever, then you're gonna have to turn it, So,
So maybe they should have did more work to this game. Is what you're saying?
yeah, maybe they should have made it so the camera just adjusts.
A more
naturally.
dynamic
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah,
And
something
so
like that
they
would've
have
been
to.
great.
I'd probably because I've heard a lot of people really kind of find that really interesting, like combat wise. So like maybe they should stick with that, but then figure out the camera issue. Have it more dynamic. Like if you're walking into a room, have it moving around or something.
So with the combat, you get the sword, and then you start with the combat, and it's just it tries to be like kind of like Fight Night, but like with a sword instead of punches. You're controlling everything with a stick.
Yeah,
Except-
combos, right?
Yeah, and it's not that it doesn't always like detect that you're flicking it. Like you really have to like flick
Really?
it. Yeah, like let me grab the controller.
So the one I know you can hear me. The one I know is the left, right, left, and then that's how you do like the spin.
So like you really have to. I know it's a dual sense, but stay with me here.
Yeah,
Visualize the Pro controller. But
Better controller.
you really have to that. You know what I mean? Like it's not. You can't just do that and then it'll like do the basic whatever that motion is.
really. So it's very
really-
flicky.
Yeah, it's
Very
very extremely flicky, and that's what gets me really annoying. Because in Fight Night, I could just go like that, and then it would do
Yeah, I wonder
that
why
jab. This
it doesn't-
this you have to do like that, and like
Huh.
let go. Yeah, and then that.
Then
or,
so
like,
then how forgiving though is the left, right, left?
it'll still do something, right? Like you're still gonna hit the guy, but it's not gonna necessarily be the move you want, right? So,
Yeah.
like,
So the left, right, left is the spinny.
yeah. So like if
So-
you want a downward slash like that, you have to really go like that. Otherwise, if you just go like that, he'll just like kind of put his arm there, or like the sword will just go there.
Oh,
and
because
not
he's moving it
slash.
around, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you have to
Okay.
really do that if you want him to slash, and that just gets really annoying.
So how often are you doing the spinny and not doing it?
What do you mean?
The spinny.
Oh,
Left,
like
right,
that
the
move.
left, right,
oh,
left,
so
yeah.
that Oh, the left, right, left. I mean,
How often
you
are
have
you
a
not
stamina
able to
wheel,
combo?
right? Like in Breath of the Wild, so you can't do that constantly, right? Especially if there's like multiple enemies around you. It's not gonna let you do that without running out of stamina. So it's just kind of you can't just
I mean,
do the spin.
regardless of the stamina, I mean more of like the not catching it.
Oh,
Are you doing
not catching the
combos?
spin thing. The spin
Yeah.
thing you can get every time. Like
Okay.
you're saying, left, right, left. Like you can do that every time, and that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
But
I'm just talking about that
it's
timing.
just the
like,
basic like one hit shit that annoys me.
okay, and you're doing that. Like they've made the game with enemies having very particular like weak points where you have
Exactly. Yeah.
hit a
Like
certain
one
angle.
enemy will like raise their shield or whatever, and so you want to slash at that point. So it's like you got to be very precise with that at one point. And sometimes it just doesn't work like you want it. And maybe it's the type of thing where like I'll keep playing it and get used to it eventually. But I don't know. It's just been annoying me.
It
So then
seems cool, the idea of using that. I like the idea of that.
the idea is fine, right? But you know, when you're actually doing it, does it work that well? No. I wish they would have just made it more like Fight Night, where it's just like get rid of this flicking nonsense. I don't want to do that constantly because it's
Just let me go all the way over. Or
exactly
this angle,
like
or that angle.
simply this should just be one of the slashes, right? Like that
Yeah.
should just be your basic slash, and then you know if you want to get all fancy, do the spins and whatnot. That's fine, but like you know that's fine if those are harder to pull off. But like when your basic thing is the hardest thing, just it's very annoying. So then I tried the motion controls. I got a little bit more used to that because it's just you know now this is the sword, right? So you're literally just slashing.
Unattached Joy-Cons.
Yeah, unattached Joy-Cons and playing it like you would the Wii, right? And that was a little bit better, but it just got annoying doing this, you know. After I played
don't
like
even,
that for an hour, and it's just
my
like,
big problem with those is the buttons. They're too small.
yeah, that's a good point. The Joy-Cons in general are just kind of weird.
I don't like them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. The game's interesting. Like I want to experience it more, but it's just I don't know.
It should be
pushing
a
me
shorter
against it.
game, but
Definitely.
it's like a 40-hour game.
Yeah, it's very long to be doing this. You know what I mean? And it's like I don't want to be doing all this for 40 hours. It's too long. And then, well, yeah, okay, that's all I'll say on Skyward Sword. I'm gonna continue playing it. I'm gonna continue checking it out. So I will talk about it more in the future. And then I tried Marvel's Avengers again. Don't know why.
I'm so excited for you. We don't have the other guy here,
Don't know
so
why.
it's not
I've gotten further than I ever have, but
okay. So you only did like what, the opening mission before?
yeah, I got through the Kamala stuff.
Okay.
Or not all of it, but I got to the helicarrier now, which I never did in the PS4 one.
So you just restarted? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I just restarted it.
Okay.
I still kind of like the story, like where it's going at least. Like it's at least
right.
somewhat entertaining, especially if you're a big fan of these superheroes.
Kamala's great.
Yeah, Kamala's great, but yeah, I don't know, something about it, man. Like just the combat is very fun. Like it's okay, and then yeah, like I said with the story, I mean that's really all that's pushing me in is I think I'm just on like a Marvel kick right now with Loki being over and Black Widow just coming out and all that. So I was just kind of craving something Marvel.
It's not stopping now. We're going.
Yeah, and then we got like What If in a couple weeks, but yeah, I don't know. I just wanted something Marvel, and I don't know. I've just been playing it like here and there. It's okay. It's not the worst. I would like to beat the campaign. You know, check that out. Check out the Black Panther stuff and whatnot. But
oh, you're just going in.
yeah, why not? You know.
I mean, there's other games. I'd recommend you play other games.
Yeah, I probably should. But you know, I'd like to see like the Black Panther stuff, the Hawkeye stuff, all that. You know, because it's already there. You know, I'm certainly not gonna like put it down and then check back in 6 months or whatever when Spider-Man comes out, but what's there right now while I'm playing it I'd like to check out.
Okay. Who are you maining right now?
I don't know. I haven't even like gotten that far to like pick. I've still just been Kamala the whole time.
Yeah, in the campaign they like give you an option really, but like you kind of have to pick a certain character and play with them.
I would like Thor, I guess. That one seemed like the most fun from the
Thor's good.
beginning section when you play as him. Why? Which one did you like?
Cap and Black Widow were my favorites. Thor was probably the third, my third favorite.
Okay. Then what else did I check out? I checked out Disco Elysium again. Played probably like 2 hours of that now. Got a little bit more into it. The game's kind of hard to get into. I can see why people really like the story. It seems really good, but yeah, I don't know. Nothing's quite hooked me yet with it. I know you tried this a little while ago too.
Yeah, I tried it when it first came out.
Yeah.
I don't really think I talked about it here, but I just wish that there was like, hey, go here to do what you need to do.
Sure.
But you can explore if you want. And they just don't really tell you where to go or what to do. I don't need them to hold my hand, but tell me a little bit.
Some type of direction, you know, give me an objective or something at
Give
least.
me a direction. Or let me go to a map and I could see here's where you need to go.
There's a bit more when you get into it a little bit, but Yeah, I don't know. Nothing's quite hooked me on it yet. There's something about it, right? I don't know. There's people seem to really love this game. I just
The
don't.
narration is awesome.
Yeah, I would like to see why. And then the last game I've been playing is Dark Souls.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got
Where are you at?
pretty far in that. I'm trying to ring the first bell. So I'm at the boss for that. Do you know what I'm talking about? I know you played a little bit
No,
of
I
this.
don't think I'm that far.
Okay.
I went and fought the dude on the bridge.
Okay, yeah, so I'm past that.
Yeah, you're on the next boss after that?
Yeah. I think
See,
it's
I went to. It's so funny you did this because I was like looking for something to play. I popped in and I forgot where I was. So like I kind of just like went out of it. Like I couldn't remember. I'm at like this tower, this bonfire at this tower. You know where all those skeletons are?
yeah,
There's that bonfire in that tower right there.
in the tower. Okay, yeah.
You know where
So you
right
just
next
want
to
to
where they
continue
are.
going up, really.
So I need to go back up. I need
Yeah,
to go
yeah.
through and back up. That's where I need to go. Back like
So you're at the
towards him.
second bonfire, not the one by the guy you can talk to, like the actual
No,
human
I'm at the
character.
one
Okay,
in the
other one.
tower.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You just want to keep walking up as much as you can.
So past where I just fought that guy.
Yes, yeah. Past
So go
that,
back
yeah.
into his
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
and
yeah, and
keep
then
going.
go to the other side of the bridge, and then you can go up from there.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting because in Demon Souls, it was all divided by levels, right? So it was very linear that way. You could really find where you're going. This, I guess, is just one giant, not open world, but like it's a linear open world, but
It's
it
a
is all
Metroid
open.
game.
Yeah, exactly. And that I've been kind of finding confusing, because like
Yeah.
you can't skip this boss I'm talking about, the one to ring the first bell, but you can go past him. But like you still have to go back and do that eventually, I'd assume. Because it sounds like my objective is to
Yeah, I
ring
mean,
these
if you have
two
to ring,
bells.
yeah, you have to ring the bells, is what the thing says.
Yeah, but I walked all the way into like this forest area, and I was like, okay, where the hell am I? And like the bells were nowhere near there. And then I looked it up, and like it was like, oh no, you're not supposed to be there for like hours. And it's like, okay, well then why can I walk there? Like keep the gate locked or something. Then.
You can't progress. Yeah. something
Yeah,
like that.
it's like you can progress without progressing. It's very strange. But I wish the game had. Again, like we were just talking about with this Disco Elysium, like an objective thing, right? Like it's just because they tell you to ring these bells, and it's like, okay, well, I just spent like 3 hours looking for this first bell, right? And then you finally find the boss for that, and it's like, okay, well now I gotta go and level up for the boss too. That's another thing I don't really like about these games is it is all based around leveling up. Like people say, like, and you can beat any boss at any point. Like you could if you were like really good, right? You could just not get hit by a single boss and then just do very minor damage on him until he's eventually dead, right? But you would never do that. You would just level up your character until you're strong enough to kill that boss in like 10 hits or whatever. You wouldn't sit there and stab him 100 times and just dodge all the attacks because that would take so long. But like people act
You
like
need to get
it's
your
not.
strength up or whatever.
People act like this isn't just like a typical. No, you need to go grind, level up, and then you'll be able to beat the boss. Like it is that, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I think most of the Souls games are pretty overrated. I think level design's really good.
They're
but
overrated.
I think it's overrated
I
in
like
the combat.
in these games.
I don't. See, I don't like the combat. I don't think it feels good.
See, I think there's
I think
like
3 and Bloodborne have definitely felt better. Because I played a good amount of 3 and I played a good amount of Bloodborne. But going back, especially this first game, I don't like its combat at all. I like the idea of exploring this cool interconnected world, but doing it isn't as fun.
I think what made it good to me is that there is like a lot to do, right? Like there is there's so much you have to decide in the split second when you're fighting someone. Like, do you want to do the back step and then go in for another stab, or do you want to roll away, waste some more stamina, and then try to run in and then go for the stab, or do you want to just block and then wait for an opening or something like that? Like, there's a lot to do, and then like your short and your long sword, they do different things. Or like one swings a little bit faster, the other one's a little bit slower, but it does more damage, stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff you can choose when you're fighting these different enemies, and I think that kind of in my mind is like a weapon wheel almost, Like
It's always the same for me.
yeah.
I shield up, circle the enemy, wait for a hit, and hit him. It just always feels the same to me.
It does a little bit. Like you could fight every enemy like that, but there's a way to fight like with the spear guy, right? The best way to go about that is to time it right for him to swing at you. Then you do the perfect parry and then counter with him.
Shield.
Yeah, and then the shield goes up and do that, and that's like the best way to fight him. And then eventually you figure out the best way to fight all these minor guys, and then you apply that to the big boss, right? That's pretty much how it goes. And then so I think that's really fun, but yeah, I don't know. You can tell this game hasn't aged too well. It definitely looks rough, especially for a remaster that came out in 2018. It's like, oh boy, what were you guys doing? Like I was just playing.
It's an update.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to call it that even. I was just playing the Modern Warfare 2 remaster, and I think that came out in 2019.
That was last year. Pretty sure.
Oh, was that last year?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, whatever. Only 2 years apart for those remasters, and I think both those games came out the same year, right? 2008. I can't remember if Dark Souls came out that year.
2009.
Did both those games come out in 2009? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like one just looks amazing, and they call that a remaster, and then Dark Souls just looks like
I will
shit.
say, to defend them, different budgets.
For sure. That's fair. But
like,
still,
that was peak Call of Duty.
If you were gonna remake Dark Souls, you would. I guess it is just a remaster, but like you would think you'd put a good amount of money into that, right?
Yeah. Why do Demon Souls when they should have just did Dark Souls?
Yeah, it's a good point. Oh, I guess the old Blue Point thing. I don't know. Blue Point should have made like a pack with like Demon Souls and Dark Souls, done all of them or something. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm playing. We will continue to update you on my Dark Souls journey. Would like to beat it.
I would like to as well. I'd like to see the whole game.
Yeah.
It's a game
just one of those games that constantly
of,
gets talked about too. So.
It's got a lot of reverence. So like I would love to see the whole game. Yeah. Also, you need.
I think it just helps because it plays exactly like Demon Souls. So I kind of.
Yeah, I think you need to get to 3 and see how 3 feels. Yeah. I'm not sure if you've played 3.
No,
but,
I will eventually.
Yeah. I played a good amount of 3, like 15 hours or so.
Oh, okay.
I never beat it. 3 feels great. I really liked it.
Out? What year was that?
2016?
17?
I think.
16? Okay.
16. Pretty sure. And even Bloodborne, I like how Bloodborne plays. It's just like I just didn't beat it. I think
now that I'm sort of into these games, the main one I want to check out is Sekiro at some point.
It's different though.
I know it's completely different, but like I'm a little bit more into these games now. I just think maybe I'd like that one more than any of them.
Yeah, Sekiro is about
that one's play style looks more up my alley than any of these.
Yeah, it's fast paced. It's about breaking their posture meter and then getting a kill hit, stuff like that.
Yeah,
a little more stealthy.
Yeah. All right.
You need to play Before Your Eyes. I'm gonna keep saying it until you do it.
I do need to play Before My Eyes, and Sims isn't here to remind me to buy an Xbox.
Oh, I'll remind you. You need to buy an Xbox.
Okay, I will buy an Xbox. Jesus, 12 minutes bundle. Where's it at, Phil? Where's it?
It's not happening. You just get it. It's gonna be a Game Pass.
Give me a 12 minutes bundle and then put 12 holes on the top. You know.
Why?
No, I don't. They have the holes on the top of the Xbox. I would just like 12 of them. You know, that way you know.
You should need more for the ventilation.
No, just 12. Just 12.
Oh.
I'd also like 12 engraved on the side.
Mm-hmm. What about every time you turn it on, it's Willem Dafoe's voice?
Ooh, I would like that. He just
Wouldn't
says hello there.
Yeah.
He says, "I'll catch you, Spider-Man."
Yeah, I was trying to say something from Spider-Man.
just an iconic William Dafoe line.
His like laugh.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Yeah, I want to hear his laugh. When I push it, I want his Green Goblin laugh.
No, that'd be terrifying. Middle of the night, turning on my Xbox. Oh shit! All right, well, that was the Nerd Guys Podcast, episode 76. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
Please remember to subscribe. Daniel,
please subscribe.
Anything else
comment.
We will talk.
Find us on podcast services. You know, we're on Apple, Spotify.
Can do that as well. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.